Earlier this year, 4 commercial TV channels in Kenya were shut down for defying the president. In Tanzania and Uganda, press freedom is also under attack. The issue of shrinking democratic space in East Africa was discussed at the Swedish Forum for Human Rights.
Well, I think mainly what we see is that journalists are being targeted once again. One example is Tanzania, where we have seen major examples of bloggers and journalists being harassed and even detained and have disappeared. Media's role is to report factually about what's going on in societies and give that information to the citizens so that they can make informed choices. That is the role of the media. That is the basic role of journalism. And of course, in societies where governments, businesses, criminal elements feel threatened about the truth, the media will be the first to be victimized and threatened.
Development and human rights are interlinked, and we have to work with both parts of it. We are working with 2 perspectives, poor people's perspective and the rights perspective, and they can never be divided. And one way of diminishing poverty is, of course, that people can be themselves in different ways, and therefore we have to have a vibrant civil society, vibrant oppositional parties, but also good laws that politicians adhere to.
I am particularly concerned that especially institutions that support a lot of global cooperation, global knowledge around democracy and human rights are dealing with new problems using old frameworks. And they also are a bit impatient in looking at the countries and what's happening there. The median age of Africa right now is below 20 years old. So you're dealing with an average landscape of very young people and very populous continent.
The generation thing, the demography, will change those societies inevitably in a structural way because of the composition of the population. So many young people, and especially linked to the fact that a lot of them are unemployed, and that will continue to be a fact. And that will lead to a very explosive social and possibly political situation. However, the political outcome is very uncertain, especially because there is no organized framework in which to challenge that frustration that a lot of young people carry. I would be very hesitant to say that speak about the youth as a singular entity in a political sense, because it never has been, and I don't think it ever will be.
Development under autocracy isn't necessarily development for all. So the inclusiveness, the inclusive aspect of development is more likely to be missing within the context of authoritarianism or non-democracies than it is with regards to democracy. Human rights and democracy are fundamentally political. So what I'm saying is that it's impossible to say that you want to promote those issues without getting involved in domestic politics. International donors need to be honest. They need to acknowledge that there are political costs involved in doing this kind of work, and be as political as they dare to be. And then, of course, you can be accused of being a neo-colonialist Western superpower serving your own good, but if you really truly believe in human rights and democracy, then you have to be willing to accept those accusations.